Hey YouTube, in today's quick and easy tutorial, I'll be showing you how to create a simple pattern design in Adobe Illustrator. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, so first things first, we're going to hit M on our keyboard to bring up our rectangle tool here. And now we can create a square of any size, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to use a square of 200 pixels. So now that I have my first square, I'm gonna make a copy of it and just rotate it 45 degrees. Next, we're gonna scale it down so it fits perfectly inside of our first square. Then make a copy of this square and rotate it back to 0 degrees. Next, we're gonna select all these shapes, hit Shift M on the keyboard. I'm going to delete the shapes inside of the middle so we have a hollow cutout, and you do that just by holding the Alt or Option key. Alright, now that I have all these individual shapes, I'm going to select all of them again and hit Shift X on the keyboard so it becomes a fill. Now I'm going to start adding color to my shapes here. So I'm going to use a blue and orange theme. Alright, so now that I have my base pattern here, I'm going to select all these shapes again, and we're going to go into the pattern menu. So object pattern make. Alright, so far this is looking good, but the cool thing about the pattern menu is that I can add more shapes in this mode. So I'm gonna go ahead and do just that. I'm gonna hit M on the keyboard again. I'm gonna make a rectangle of 100 pixels. Alright, so a square rather. So now that I have my square of 100 pixels, I want it to be hollow, so I'm gonna change that to a stroke. So I hit Shift X again. I'm gonna set it to 16 pixels. All right, I don't want it to be bigger than what I initially created, so I'm just gonna hit the stroke option here and change it to align stroke to inside. All right. So next, I'm gonna create a circle in the middle of this design, and I want the circle to be 48 pixels in size. So I'm gonna make that a fill, and then I'm gonna also change the colors here to orange because I think that's how I want my pattern to look. Alright, now that's looking good. You guys can play around with the pattern menu here. You can change the tile type to whichever look suits you best. You can also adjust the spacing of your design. So if you want, how close do you want it? You can play around in the pattern menu here. But for my pattern design, I'm going to keep everything in a grid and make it close to each other. So now that's looking good and I'm done with my pattern. I'm just gonna hit done right here, and that creates my pattern and add it to the swatch. Now to see your pattern in action, you're just gonna hit the M tool again to make a rectangle, and you're gonna go into your swatch menu here, and you'll find your new pattern somewhere around this space. And there you go. That's your new pattern in Illustrator. Now you can a couple more tips here to make your pattern design a little bit more great. You can go to Object, Transform, Scale. If you want it to be smaller, just uncheck the Transform Objects here, so the menu only affects the settings, only affects the patterns. So I can make my pattern smaller, larger, whichever taste you have for your design. Also, you can move your pattern, so just go back to the same menu, hit move, and just ensure that transform objects is unchecked, and you can move your pattern inside of your rectangle in case you want in case it's not looking right to you. Alright, so that's all I have to show you today in regards to pattern design. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Also be sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed this tutorial, and just let me know if it helps. Subscribe for more, and see you in the next video. Bye.